Men's World Cup. I'm so happy to be back with my U.S. women's national team players.
I know the U.S. men's national team has changed how I think about myself, how I think about being an American, how I think about being on a team.
It's 1 year out from that World Cup, and we're going to talk about the brightest prospects in U.S. soccer. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast, presented by Henco. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Black and white sports, no gray.
What you don't do if you Serena Williams is allow Russell Wilson and Sierra to attend the damn event, sitting up there in damn sunglasses. That's why she lost. That's why she lost. I don't want to hear nothing about running to the corner. I don't want to hear nothing about no shots. I don't want to hear nothing about no young girls playing shit. Damn front running. Let's ride. 1-2 step. Man, get your asses out of here.
Black and white sports, weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station. Ohio State football. Training camp report.
This report is brought to you by Safe Light Auto Glass and by Bob's Discount Furniture. Well, Julian, quarterback, only the third time since Ryan Day has been the head coach that he's had a returning starting quarterback for the Buckeyes. And while he had such a record-setting season last year, including being a Heisman Trophy finalist, Sayan talks a little bit about where he looked at trying to improve himself.
I think this offseason I grew a lot in my physical traits, so I think I'm throwing the ball harder. Still growing my game in the processing side because, when you have coaches like Coach Day and Coach Smith who have been around great quarterbacks and who know the game really well, it's very helpful as a quarterback to be able to process things and kind of train your brain.
We'll have more right after this.
Bob's Discount Furniture has the furniture you've waited 250 years for. We've got power reclining sofas as low as $7.99, 5-piece dining sets as low as $3.99, Bobopedic mattresses for as low as $2.99, and of course feature-packed bestsellers like my Playday sectional with pop-up sleeper sofa. So stop in or shop mybobs.com to see where America shops for furniture. Oh my Bob! Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safe Light Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelight.com. Safe Light Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
As Ohio State gets ready to start preseason practice and go into the season, quarterback Julian Sayan talked about some of the obvious advantages that he figures they've got with the deep wide receiving group.
I think it's very helpful to us. When you're able to sub receivers in and out and get different guys in there and keep guys fresh, it's very hard on the defense because they're rarely like subbing out like corners a bunch. Like they're keeping corners in most of the time, and those guys are getting tired. So if we able to have guys who are very talented out there, and we have a bunch of them, it's what you want as a quarterback.
He also talks about his favorite target, Jeremiah Smith.
He's a professional in the way he trains, and it's been a lot of fun that Coach Mick has kind of had us together, lifting together, and to be able to see the way he works and the way he trains and how hard he goes, it's pretty cool.
Buckeyes starting preseason practice this week, and they'll open the season Labor Day weekend when they host Ball State at Ohio Stadium. We'll have another report coming up tomorrow. This is Paul Keels, and you're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. That's why you got to call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid. Pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-370-5435.
Upgrading to a smart home? Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device works together seamlessly. Call Vivint now and get free professional installation, $200 off your initial order, and 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Plus, you can get 24/7 professional monitoring for as little as $1 a day. Upgrade your home to a Vivint Smart Home. For your free quote, call
800-853-6499.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available.
Call now, toll free, 800-558-5635.
Where there is no gray.
To Albert Earl here and see if he can help us, because we're missing the fourth team to take on the 89 Mac men in the nightcap. And here's the setup. 6 o'clock window, 83 Knights. Okay? Scott Bittinger and the crew. Killed you with that. You didn't know. You weren't ready. You didn't want that like that. Yeah, absolutely. And the 90 Scoot Williams. This one we got going on at 6. So there's no dilly-dally, and we said with the parking,
Well, thought about a few teams, but I think the greatest matchup for that Macumber 1989 team would be a Final Four team from the 80s. The 1984 Scott Bulldogs with Chris Polinitz, Willie Shelton, and Melvin Newbern. Let's get it on.
Black and White Sports, weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports is now.
Trust and believe. It's something totally different. And stop with the Eminem, because Eminem's not one of the best either. And y'all can stop that.
Dre says he's the best on the mic.
Dr. Dre is a Fed, and so is Snoop. We covered this. Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said.
I'm just reporting.
Dr. Dre was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
However you may be listening, whatever you may be into, 4 o'clock is at hand. It's how we come through. Now they say it could be great. I think to myself, things take shape. Yeah. It's a Things Take Shape Thursday. Sports talk, wordplay. Fastest $120. Started out few. Now we talking to many. Okay, yo. Man, ASAP. Here we come live at you straight off the app. Huh? Deliver my craft. Yep. Make them toys, take a bath. Whoa. That means you got drop stock. Not if you John on top. Who? Make it clear. Sayer. Jon Taylor. Yeah. Okay. 44 mil. Get back to it. Intro with skill. Huh? And we know how this Aaron Donald thing gonna go. Oh. And we must say, whoa, they downtown for the next few days with the show. Huh? I mean, just Pete. We out here saluting to our friends from Jeep. Yeah, Jeep Fest is underway too. It's Black and White Sports. We crazy in here. And the Facebook is live going off early. Let's go. Josh Burnham in here. He's in the middle square. Let's get you out of there. Why? Because the guest is in the spot. Yep, impressed. It's time to rock. You know how we keep it hot? Yep, right at 4 o'clock. What's up, man? Impressed. I'm nutty today. They said get it started early. That was the advisor.
I see.
Thank you. Thank you. What's up, man? Good afternoon. Monty Features, y'all.
Good afternoon, man. How are you?
Oh, man, a little better every day, brother. See, we start right away. We don't have time to play around. So I said, Monty, be ready. We'll get it on deck early. Josh Burnham, what's up to you, man?
I'm doing just fine. G-Fest is here, and I
It
can't
is.
be even more excited.
It is. Shout out to our people there again. Brother Fisher, Bill Fisher, Whitney Rothkar. These are friends to the, Savvy Television outfit and things. We might pull a move before it's over. But, shout out to that. We love it. Annual. Families, friends, travelers into our fair lands. Thank you for coming. Enjoy yourself and enjoy the festival. Again, the weekend is strong. Also, too, runners, get ready. Runners, walkers. We know that, too. I hope that's still on the Sunday morning slate. But,
It is.
Yeah, we like that, too. So we're going to bring some. Last year I had a thing, man. We did a nice little piece, but we always appreciate the love we get from that and just the inclusion and everything. But again, you guys get included and get involved. It is one of the better times
in Toledo. Always great things going on. I don't know what you heard. I don't know. Stop hearing that and hear about how we really do it, right? As things take shape in here on this Thursday, a lot to do, and there's a lot happening. Of course, Hall of Fame game, we're in motion tonight. Monty Features, let me begin there. NFL season essentially is a preliminary kickoff, if you will, but also when we talk about festive weekends, that's also going on in Canton. Hall of Fame, everything is also a wonderful time there. So if you are in the Ohio area, that's another thing. You come kick it with us in Toledo, do the G Fest, bounce over to our friends in Northeast Ohio. That's all love, but Ohio is on pop this weekend. So with that said, brother, impressed. Hall of Fame game tonight, but this is what it is. I got intrigued. I don't know if you were, most people probably don't look forward to this unless their team is probably in it. And most times, the big dogs are not involved. And this is what we hear tonight.
Right.
Don't expect we know this. Don't expect your starters. And, by and large, some of your key backups too. So don't look for that. But what I like, though, I'm getting Carson Beck and Kenny Pick. Why am I enthused? I'm enthused by this. I feel like I'm going to take a gander at this, though. But what you think about it, man? Hall of Fame game. But it's back, though. Just your energy on that, man. It's football. We here.
Man, I'm just glad for the gridiron to open up and give me some stuff to watch on TV. I'm not huge, on baseball, and I wasn't on the World Cup.
Yeah,
So,
you're not a WNBA enthusiast. Not doing that either.
I mean, I'll catch a game every now and then, but something I can actually tune into and understand and know the nuances. I'm glad it's back. Yeah, and I like these games because I like when people are really competing for spots. You know what I mean? It makes the game a lot more intriguing because somebody's gonna be going all out because they know once that 52-man roster come out, they a play or two away from making it. So they trying to make all the plays they can.
It's life and death. And that's what you like too. I think that we miss it sometimes because again, we get used to the garden variety personnel and what have you. No. This is the truth.
Right.
These boys out here tonight, they cracking skulls. You got to get a job. These boys trying to eat. That's the thing. You miss it. If you miss the preseason, you're messing it up. I know they have you desensitized and have you tweaking the other way, getting ready for the other. Nah, that's when they start the flukery with the betting. Also, you can take the odds makers plays here. When they give you a favorite, take the damn favorite tonight. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I'm going to check that too. Just see what the favorite is tonight while we at it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, Monty, let me review last night too, because if you guys don't recall, let me help remind you because I always like doing it, especially when I'm in braggery. Yep, here's the deal. Last night, since we did mention the ladies to a lesser extent, but there will be more mentions here. Last night, we gave you a 4-0 look with the women.
Okay.
We did that last night. What did we do? We said we're going to go Chi-Town money line. We said we go ATL money line. Then we start variating and saying, don't stick with the grain. Let's against it, turn tide. New York Liberty, Seattle. I say take the Storm ladies with the 8.5. There's that. And so then it was this one. This was the killer. This is what I'm feeling right here is where I feel fancy. This is where I feel Cassius Clay like when I dance with my danceries is the Washington play when I'm knowing there's momentum with Washington. I love Dallas because I'm definitely a Paige Becker. Right. I'm a Beckerist. And so with that, I don't like going against it, but I have to stay executive with this stuff. And so we gave them that. Monty, we said, let's go ahead and take, the Mystics and bam. And so there you have it. It was a 4-0 look with the ladies. I think really we cut up with the baseball looks too. We went off Seattle and Detroit. We said we're going to go Seattle last night because Detroit it was a streakiness going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that had to stop too. It's legit. Tigers sizzling up, but they not really cracking. It's not really it's not a flame broil. Right. It's not getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to start acting like we're just hoping. Yeah, we hope we can get another 3 or 4 in a row. We can do that. We'll take 1 or 2 on the drop. This week it's fine. You expect this. But Detroit was cooking too much, and it was starting to, the grease was starting to snap and pop you. You know how you standing next to the stove, you mess around. You better put some clothes on. You stand up there trying to – you ever see a fool sit up trying to cook bacon?
Baby
Don't
boy.
try to cook bacon without your hook, man. It could I know. Bing Rames was tripping. That whole thing was tripping. He was tripping. Whoever put that scene, like y'all tripping for that, the whole thing, because that was really the most degrading part of everything that happened on that. Right then, he might have supposed to die that day. When you stand up here and you already, my mama, just all of this, but no, but look, bro, you got to get out the house. That's how you avoid that. You don't need to be a witness to the terror going on with your mama. And so then you got Cleveland yesterday too. We said we were on our Guardian alert, and we said the A's 1.5 though, because again, I still didn't like them. Now, if you want to fault me for saying I really didn't love Cincinnati, but they escaped with a 5. What was it, Josh? Was it a 5-4? It was something skin of the hairs, chinny is what it was. Yeah. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, double checking real quick.
But the A's were, it's a 1.5 play. My point.
3-2.
Bam. Okay, well, there you go. 3-2. So the A's play. So right there, I did you guys. Now, come on. I got to be okay for a few days in case it doesn't go right. We're going to see if we can keep it going, see what we do here tonight. We got some more work for you. Monty Features in here early. Josh, go ahead. You're coming back to add the favorite, right? Hall of Fame?
Okay, yeah. Hall of Fame game. Carolina is favored by 3.5, and Jeremiah Love for the Cards will not play.
Right. Yeah, he won't. I was going to say that too. But yeah, Love, don't expect to see him. But okay, here's the question for you, Mike. Thank you. We're coming back to that. That's the question as we come into the Hall of Fame conversation, if there is one at all. What do you think about that? The rookie not getting out there, and we get the psychology. Where do you come down on that as far as guys that are, because what it comes down to is guys that are featured, people that we are maybe expecting, maybe they're part of the sell, whatever you want to do with the categorization of it. But there are guys that matter more to the organization, if however you spin it, long term, any term, but certainly short term. We don't want to lose anybody. You want to get to the opening kickoff as healthy as possible. So with that, where do you come down on that idea itself? And then secondarily, but at the same time, focal point on our man Love from Notre Dame, because he's the new marquee man. A lot they are hoping to get out of him. And maybe we won't be laughing at these Cardinals, Monty, how we was talking about what the hell we going to do with this,
I think for a veteran, that's cool. But I think as a rookie, when you come in, you need all the reps you can get. You need all the game time, practice you can get. And I understand, his value to the team. But you don't want to go into the season and him not being game tested, right? Even if you only get him a couple series, let him get out there, let him get his feet wet. Again, he's new to this level of football, but he needs those repetitions, man. They're so important.
Yeah, man. And I don't know. I'm feeling like this. I say this in a basketball thing after a certain point, because I think a lot of guys sometimes, man, they start out real jump shooty. And in order to be a good basketball player, certainly a great one, you're going to have to go in here and absorb some contact in the lane where it's dangerous, even so in that game. So when I say this and turn it to where the contact is the focal point, don't you feel like you got to get out here and get cracked on, like you said, on the NFL level, see what these linebackers talking about, to see what am I really looking at, even if he will be back at Publix or Kroger's next week. I don't care. If he's a man out here in front of me, don't I want to go ahead and get into the, the sizable portion of what I got to deal with on my job. And I feel like, and I get it, but we can't do we don't want guys everybody's going to get hurt every single play of this thing all the way through. When is that going to stop being a useful sort of selective time to insert that conversation?
And I'm also on the type, I want to know what I invested in. You know what I mean? I want my guy to be able, I want to know that he can take, if he's that fragile, then he ain't going to last past week 3 anyway. And I want to know as soon as possible what I invested in. Like I said, get him out there, get him some reps. Nothing replaces game time reps, period.
Yes,
nothing at all. So, that we going to save him is fragile for the season. Nah.
It's not the look. No,
and that's the new age stuff too, because
even with the practices, because we understand, because now they're not even doing 2-a-days and things and pads and all this other stuff. It's a lot of walkthroughs going on, a lot of shorts work happening, and so the whole thing is a big dancery show. The people should know this, but we have a casual audience that cares about the entertainment. They want the pretend gladiatorship, but they also want it to be a real patio show, if that makes sense to anybody, ladies and gentlemen. I know most things on this show won't, all right? But it's Black and White Sports. It's the Things Take Shape Thursday, and they are, okay? And we appreciate you taking shape with us. Brought to you by my good friends at the Bassett Nut Company, formerly Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. So please don't forget that. So that is always stated. Why? Because it suggests the longevity of service to this community and why you want to continue in support of that, because we always claim to love local. So please love her by going just up the block now. She had to move, again, a maneuver out of her control. Business owners, entrepreneurs, and people who are head of households understand this acutely. So when you have to pivot and adjust, we always need the public trust. All right. And that's you. 5380 Monroe Street is where you can find the Bassett Nut Company, formerly Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. All right. When we come back with my man Impress, we will get into more activities. I'm talking to my edge rusher, so I have to talk about this Aaron Donald thing. He's showing up. Jon Taylor got paid, and we have to look at what is this meaning. Colts ante up. So we will come back, but we will not come back on the Facebook. We're going to cut it right here, everybody, all right? So we're going to take our wins while we're ahead. You're going to have to jump in the app, everybody, all right? Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, iOS and Android devices, respectively. Download it now if you have not. If you already have it, jump in here with us. Everybody else, YouTube on Savvy Television after this break, all right? YouTube, all right? Facebook, we appreciate you, man, for this time spent and no intercession. See if we can get 2 days in a row. Sit tight, though. We will be back in the app. It's Black and White.
From the sidelines to the headlines, this is Black and White Sports with the one and only Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
We've got some volume and some familiar spots. 475 westbound coming from 75 towards Monroe. Also 475 southbound past airport headed towards Perrysburg, and one incident. The left lane is blocked. 75 northbound after Buck. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
One moment, one crash, one injury. It can take away everything. KNR helps Ohio families through their hardest moments, standing strong when it matters most. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging.
Viagra, $2 a pill, $99 minimum order. Call 800-925-5313.
Maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation. Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now.
800-580-6475.
Searching for the best place to get both classic and creative pizzas? Visit Pizza Cat and build your pizza as weird as you want it. Earn perks towards future orders by visiting pizzacat.com. Now with 2 Toledo locations, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza.
Showers and storms likely this evening. Chance of showers overnight and muggy. Lows in the upper 60s. Partly cloudy, warm and humid tomorrow. Slight chance for a pop-up shower or storm in the afternoon, mid-80s. Same deal for Saturday, mid-80s, and Sunday's dry throughout the day. Chance of showers moving in during the evening. Highs again, mid-80s. From the 13 First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jay Burschbach.
heat, we've got something that'll make your summer even better. So skip the sunburn, grab something cool, and stop by His Store and More in Temperance today. Visit us at 7325 Lewis Avenue in Temperance, Michigan, and see why summer's hottest deals are waiting for you at His Store and More, where the prices are cool, even when the weather isn't.
Black and white sports.
Brittany Griner got divorced a couple of days ago. It's just none of these dudes stay married to their woman no more, man. I met her about 5-6 years ago. I was in Phoenix, and it was funny. I didn't know who she was. She had a wife beater on in a nightclub, but nothing underneath it, just a wife beater. And I thought it was a dude because she was like, "Hey, you that funny mother." It's like we hung out all night drinking and shit. I got a picture with her. I went on Instagram. I was like, "I met Michael Beasley last night." He way skinnier in person.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
It's a Thursday, 100.7 FM. It's ESPN here in the Glass City. Appreciate you guys hanging out. It's a great one. It's gray outside. We here for removal. Watch. You guys will be shocked. By the time 6 o'clock comes, there will probably be a breakthrough in the clouds on the gray skies that are currently inhabiting the Glass City. We appreciate you inhabiting it, though. Welcome everybody in here this weekend, Jeep Fest. Of course, residents, get out, get the kids out. That's always fun, but there are people traveling in. It's a worldwide affair. So again, shout out to our good friends at Jeep. And we all know what that means to the Toledo framework. So we appreciate that. We appreciate the activities happening in Northeast Ohio, Canton NFL Hall of Fame going off. And again, the game tonight, Cardinals, and what do we say, Panthers? Cardinals, Panthers?
Cardinals, Panthers,
yep. And Carson Beck, Kenny Pickett tonight. A lot of you Browns fans love it. I know my man Monty Features loves it. He's a big Kenny Pickett guy. Pittsburgh stylings and his great stint.
What if he be wearing his
man?
Yeah, the white gloves. Shot, you better know it. I don't know. We're gonna see the white gloves. He might as well. He should have sequins on them boys and turn it out.
Not sequence.
Yeah, if it was really real, we're gonna let the NFL be. This is what the NFL has turned into. You might as well. You know what I mean? They should make them those kind of jerseys too, where they do the little outlines and have it. They might as well make it sparkle. Now we're there. I feel like that's where we at this point. But all right, people, we back in here. It's a Thursday.
If we're gonna be dazzled, we're gonna start with Dallas.
All right. Okay. I like it. Everybody listen. We got to wear all of this. We got to wear everything, every dart from everywhere up until it's all over. And it's a sudden collapse of the hatering. Because you all remember the last time through. No, you don't. It was a lifetime ago. That's why it's fresh. It'll seem like it's never been done before. How could they come out of the clear blue and take the whole thing, Josh? Are you ready for a Cowboy victorious confetti train parade? Are you ready for this?
I think I've been hearing the same thing from all these procrastinators year after year.
No. We knew. No, most of us knew we was losing. Up until it's the last time I saw the defense essentially revamped, multiple draft picks. Pretty much everyone's making the roster. I'll take you guys back. We did this a few months ago, and it was very light on the failures with regard to how those men drafted back on that first run through. And the skill positions seem like they're pretty upper echelon. I'm thinking that. So it was all the commentary about stopping people. Now, don't let people get out here and get stopped right away. Hey, it's going to be fun, though, because these Giants, those boys, that's real. The Giants, I just hope everybody, what I really hope out of the first, that Dallas and New York thing, is that both of those teams come out without any serious missing ingredient. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's the win or loss getting ready to do really, because I'm not gonna be sour, Sid, on losing to that Giant. I think this Giant group is real. I think you people are talking silly acting like it's not. They too young, they too exuberant, they too cocky. And again, and then my man, and then my guy is ahead of schedule. He's out here planting and cutting, and Neighbors is looking serious. So that wasn't even in my mental framework. I had written him off at least at the beginning. So then you got embarrassed, tried and true veterans, beginning with Beckham, since he's involved. He's not trying to look, because that's an instant joke show. If anytime he's not performing and does nothing to really contribute, that's going to be a commentary with, what are you wasting time on an Odell Beckham? So imagine Monty being guys in this position. And then, of course, you got the quarterback again. You got Harbaugh with the flip from the Raven thing, and we're going to be comparing all of this. So it's electric with the Giants across the, across the sideline. So I'm not going to be too brash on the game one. I will not.
Yeah, it ought to be a good game. And again, there's a lot of people with a lot to prove.
Yes, sir.
Coming back. So yeah, man, I'm just glad that they out there again, bro. You just don't know.
Yeah, man. That's the whole. I hope everybody in that first. I hope everybody in the first week at least gives us at least 2 ball games to see teams at optimum. You know what I mean? Output and no real excuse on they're out of somebody already. We're gonna excuse Green Bay. We get what they're missing. But you know what? Let me say that real quick, because this wasn't in the rundown like this. But Micah Parsons, man. And this is part of what I was talking about, because the reason why this looks bad now, and typically we're never going to say anything about a guy trying to recover from this type of tissue injury, or we're not. Typically, you just wouldn't. But Patrick Mahomes has you looking crazy. And you could have started the process, because didn't they go down around the same time? I'm almost feeling like it was.
I think Parson went first.
See?
I almost think Parson went first.
So you understand, Monty? Now, I don't know. I'm saying, what part of chilling was going on? Because Patrick Mahomes clearly, from the time he got off the table, is seeming like the directives were clear. So, Michael Parsons, what was really going on with you, though? But this is what I'm talking about, people. It speaks to the subtleties of the individual. It's stuff like that. And because I'm going to say you're not serious. And what really made me say you're not serious, quick sidebar, everybody. We didn't mean to go Michael Parsons here, but what we were saying was
the All-Star game.
Well, no. When he just got on recently, he's telling people, they need to be concerned about me. They worried about like when I'm going to come back. He's saying, no, when I do get back, you should be concerned about how I'm going to come at you and what I'm going to do. And that's setting yourself up for all the wrong energy. Especially not knowing, when we get back to how are you really going to be physically, and how does that thing look mentally when you're really asked to perform and do things that came innately, and now you're having a pause. So I don't know, man. I feel like there's another approach that an athlete can have when they're determined. I mean, even JT, my man, Boston Celtic.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He was on.
I'm looking at Halliburton. What was you doing? Well, I know what you were doing, Halliburton. I know exactly what. I know you got married, but I know what you're doing, Halliburton. That's why. But I don't understand. See, if you look at those cases that we just named, and it speaks to that individual, and perhaps how we look at those exact individuals that I just mentioned, and how we will see them and what their mentality actually is. But I was just talking about everybody getting through the first couple of weekends healthy for all 32 teams, and we said we were giving a pass to the Packers because obviously we know what they're missing, but I don't think they should be missing that. Since everybody's on, we can get on back in here as quick as possible, just like we did. We are back in here on this Thursday. Myself, I am Andre, and my man Monty Features is here. Josh Burnham holding the thing together on this Things Take Shape Thursday. The Ticket, 100.7 FM, 877-909-1007. If you guys want to say something to us, drop a text, call us. Josh is allowing this. It's his permission wheel. Let me check this out, though, Monty. Let me shift gears real quick and fall back, everybody, to NCAA Division II. Okay? They vote to approve an age-based eligibility model. All right, this story out of Indianapolis, NCAA Division II will move to the age-based eligibility model that has prompted athlete lawsuits across the country since it was adopted in Division I. The Division II Executive Board voted Tuesday to have athletes' eligibility to begin upon initial full-time enrollment or the regular academic year immediately following the athlete's 19th birthday, whichever occurs earlier. Athletes will be allowed 5 seasons of competition over 5 years. Previously, Division II athletes were allowed 4 seasons of competition to be completed within their first 10 semesters or 15 quarters of full-time enrollment. A series of lawsuits have been filed in state and federal courts since the Division I Council approved age-based eligibility June 23. Athletes who graduated from high school in 22 and exhausted their 4-year eligibility in the last academic year have argued that they have been unfairly denied a 5th year of eligibility in 26-27. A federal judge in Denver on July 31st ruled all high school class of 22 athletes who exhausted their 4th season of college eligibility this spring are eligible for a 5th season this school year. The NCAA has filed its intention to appeal that ruling. Thoughts on that, sir?
I think what they're trying to do is get rid of that 32-year-old senior trying to play. What's your boy name from the quarterback? I can't even think of his name right now.
Chad Powers? No, that's his
man.
That's a character. That's a character. But that's what he was doing, though. That's what I was thinking about. They got a character where the dude jumped back in college and was, he was over or what have you. So he's something they put up the makeup. The dude had the nose on. It's a whole thing. It's wild. But nonetheless, I was just thinking that too. I started looking. I had Josh in here looking like, how does a person find out what kind of eligibility is left? You know what I'm saying? Like if you get into a grad school program real quick, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I never played sports when I was at UT for my 4 years there. I'm probably thinking maybe I might have some eligibility for any athletics to play. I mean, even I thought about that even before this came up.
Wait, Josh, what would you do though? Like, what game was your fan? Like, is there anything you wanted to play? I know you didn't play anything, but what would you have wanted to do? I mean, even like since you were a little kid.
Let me think. Maybe basketball. I mean, I would do football, but hearing about the head trauma and the side effects, I don't want to reduce my brain even further than it is already.
Oh man, stop it, man! It's so serious in here. It's Black and White Sports people on this Thursday. All right, we are on the weekend eve. Josh Burnham is in here, letting you know it really is pretty plain and simple. I don't know why we make too much out of everything. Josh will get you right to the simplified. It'll take you right to the simplified every time. You don't have to worry about it. See, I over talk it. It's too much. I had too many ingredients. So, hey, we're going to come back, man, and wrap this final hour up, okay? And it moves quickly as it has today. So we will come back to it. I have to talk to my man about Aaron Donald, man, his thoughts on that, because it's looking like it's very real now. And it's starting to get serious when you get reports about people in drills, on fields, and helmets on, and all the rest, okay? So Rams looking busy. It's a Black and White Sports Thursday. Thank you for being on it with us. And thank you to Jon Taylor for, again, making the running back position sound like it should. Value. This show is a value, Josh.
Sports, raw, recalibrated, unfiltered. You're listening to Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
We've got some volume and some familiar spots for 75 westbound, coming from 75 towards Monroe. Also for 75 southbound, past airport, headed towards Perrysburg. And one incident The left lane is blocked. 75 northbound after Buck. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Upgrading to a smart home? Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device works together seamlessly. Call Vivint now and get free professional installation, $200 off your initial order, and 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Plus, you can get 24/7 professional monitoring for as little as $1 a day. Upgrade your home to a Vivint smart home. For your free quote, call
800-853-6497.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available.
Call now, toll free, 800-558-5635.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. That's why you got to call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid. Pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-370-5435.
Your FAA certified.
TVs, open 24/7, 365, plus annual memberships packed with perks. Try out their Great Lakes cigar, made in Nicaragua and only available at Havana Cigar Outlet, North Coast Cigar, and the Cigar Affair in Maumee. Go ahead, light up at your new favorite spot, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton or Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk.
One moment, one crash, one injury. It can take away everything. KNR helps Ohio families through their hardest moments, standing strong when it matters most. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
At Hudson's Automotive, we keep your vehicle running its best with expert diagnostics.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
It's the greatest things I was alive. Hey, all right. We're in here rocking. It's a Thursday. Things take shape as they often do. If you just be patient. I have learned something. Monty, I got to tell you, man. I got to be honest. I am feeling great today. I am. Yes, man.
What's got you feeling great, bro?
Because on one hand, there's a tad bit of disappointment because there's a sting of I didn't know I was as big an asserini as I was really moving through life being. Now it took me a little while to catch up to this, but once I did it, we know we have made conversions because I was just today, like it was a crowning moment. I've been in a situation, and I've been in them before that were actually designed to kill me, cut my throat in essence, metaphorically speaking.
Okay.
And times I probably could have advanced better. You know, I accept the responsibility, but I sit here with you all today in the glaring joy of knowing I was able to flip it. And by being patient and letting other people talk themselves into, you know what I'm saying, into a show of their own dereliction. That's the thing. I used to help get them out of it, and by the time I get done talking, I'm the fool. That's what I'm trying to say. It's no longer going on. And it's not just one place. Today was a very important place, but I'm saying there were other places. It's happening in smaller dosages too. Just in other moments. So I got to celebrate that. It's part of the whole thing. It's part of the therapy, people. It's all about this. Take care of your mental health. It's not just about looking fly. Now, we do rock and roll at the gym. Those of you who know me, we know that. But if your brain is flying loose and you can't really control that, oh, man, you're looking for it's going to be a crash and burn. You can almost just bank on it. Bank on it, man. Not me. No. And again, it's been that. And I got all kind of forces, man, around me that have been doing, you know, just doing that. Oh, man, look at that. They want you to react to that. I'm not really, that has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to get involved. So, you know, that's all I'm saying. I'm just feeling great in that regard. Not making the same mistakes. We have to celebrate that, people, because a lot of times people won't do it. You know, you don't see people for a while. They don't know what's going on with you. You know what I mean? You're trying to get it, and you can't announce to everybody, listen, we operate under a different code. And
man, we celebrate maturity, bro.
And people get, but what I notice is that it rubs people the wrong way. And I see that's what's wild, and how frustrated somebody else can get that you're not frustrated. That's heavy. That's heavy. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen that a few times. Like I said, I'm going to say, Monty, over the last year or so, I've been dealing with experiences that I think were designed to find out. And see, I don't even look at it with the forces that's coming at you. That's what you all shouldn't do. You have to, if you have a personal relationship, whatever kind of higher force or whatever you're dealing with, I would adhere to that and say the real communication is there. And because of that, that's where the test is coming from. I'm not really upset at I'm not upset at you for talking crazy. You're there to make me join you, and I can't do it. That's all I'm saying. So that's all
what's happening.
Listen, it can be therapy sessions. Anything can happen here. You don't know. It could go from, again, NCAA Division II, then suddenly, bam, you know, Fraser Crane.
Life lessons.
You know what I'm saying? So serious around here. Black and White Sports, people. It's a Thursday, man. Thank you guys for hanging out. Don't forget, Josh said you can call 877-909-1007. Let me come back to this Aaron Donald, man, before we get out of here. Monty features with us on this Thursday for a short time here. Man, look, we talked about, I feel like, and only because it comes back up in the news, and we had today's thing was, you know, the reports, they saw the man on the field now. He's out there with a helmet on, whatever drills are going on. The comedy was they classified as a very glamorous tryout, if you will, or Coach McVay said, you know, it was the greatest tryout in history. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're seeing this Aaron Donald thing turn less from the conversation to more of the confirmation. And as we get to that, Monty, what are we supposed to make of? Because now all we hear is because of this, yes, the Rams should win and all of this, and that's the Rams or the field is the bet. Now, I think that's probably an irresponsible way to think, and as much as we respect these Hall of Fame talent that will be joining each other on the same defense. Is there any info, any perspective you can offer us on why that does not assure these guys are winning? And that's included, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt with being healthy, at least at the appropriate moments when the season is most pivotal. We anticipate seeing these guys, but what does that really give us? Because I'm saying, I don't feel like it gives us, I don't get into that. They're playing together, so therefore the Rams is a fear. I'm just not on that page.
I mean, football is a whole different animal when it comes to that. Football is a lot of things have to come together at the right time for a football team to win a Super Bowl. I like it, him coming back if he's gonna come back, which I don't know why you would go through all of this and not come back.
Right.
I like it because I'm a fan of Aaron Donald, but you had the walk off, bruh. You hit the home run, you hit the grand slam, walked off into infamy, and I would hate for you to come back and something happened to you. You know what I mean? And I don't like thinking like that. But when you have a perfect scripted ending like he had, win the Super Bowl and retire, I hate to see him come back for just for the promise of playing alongside of Myles Garrett and seeing, and also, people don't know, like, he's been out a couple years, right? That couple years is not like a regular couple years. That couple years in professional sports is like 4, 5, 6 years. Exactly. And I'm pretty sure he can't at any kind of way be at the same level he was when he left, right?
And I don't think they expect that from him, but at the same time, and we get anything less, you know what I mean? And even if he is, if it's close to anything and he can certainly impact things, you almost give him that benefit of the doubt. But let me go back to, I want to stick on what you kind of said and what you came out of the gate on. Like, why, man? See, this is what gets me. See, when we do this, we cannot care about anything that happens, though, to you or through you with this experience. If it's not good, if you win a Super Bowl, great. That was a good bet on you. You boys, salute. But I keep seeing that life doesn't exactly manage itself, and it doesn't allow us to manage it in that way. So all that projection and all this appearances of what you think and plan on, I almost expect none of that to take place. And now you've done this for what, though, Aaron Donald? Let's say, Monty, say the Rams 8-9. Right. Nobody can imagine that. I know you can't. Cool. But let's forget the reality. We're going to mess with the fantasy right here. These fools 8-9 and no real postseason to speak of. Now, what was this? Cleveland Browns might be flying high too. Myles Garrett, what was that? Because that's a thing too. With you, let's let these Cleveland Brown boys. I don't care what you all say. And like I said, Bonnie, I ain't hating on the Steelers or Josh, your boys. I got the AFC North in here all around me. Josh's Bengals, Monty's Steelers. Listen here, man. These Browns won't be no punks, though. That's all. I'm going to leave it at they won't be punks. I don't know who will be rocking at the helm, but I think they're coming to play ball. And I just think things are going to work out where guys have vacated the premises. And I think that's going to be a mess.
Right.
Because usually that is. The LA story is a mess. From Adams to Puka to, again, you're gonna get the ragtag Stafford. Y'all know it was a ragtaggly Stafford that was out of here before he got out of here. Don't play with me like that. You know it's gonna get on that, and it could be raggedy staggly, and then you got Puka is Pootie, and again, Adams is again not assertive, and I could go on. And these two bookends is Bookman. They might come in a Bookman, no James Evans to speak of. What's up, man?
And let me say this. Anytime they project the Browns to be like basement Browns, they are always just good enough to mess everything up for everybody else, man.
Right. And they will be, it's going to be problem. Like, again, so I don't know, man. You guys be careful. Listen, we're betting up is down, down is up. I'm telling you, don't let these fools talk you into losing your money for the first month. Some of you gonna lose. Y'all gonna lose 150. The lower tier team, 150 to 200 the first couple of weekends. The big dogs, you boys looking at 10, 20 racks early in the first month on nonsense because you were listening to Greeny. Watch. I can't wait. I can't wait. We're almost there, people. All right. We're almost here at the end of the first hour. It's Black and White Sports. We appreciate everybody hanging on the Thursday. It's always difficult to get through, man. Monty Features makes it very easy to do. Josh Burnham, certainly with the keeping things on task. Let's see, real quick before we go. Like I said, last night, if you guys didn't come in early on it and just joining us, we gave you a real nice 17 smorgasbord last night, people. And I'm sorry if you did not take advantage of any of this, but that's not the case with our man, Jon Taylor, Monty, of the Indianapolis Colts. He has a 2-year extension worth $44 million with the Colts. And I felt like I don't know who said it on the show, but I feel like they sleeping on the Colts.
No
because
doubt.
they were rolling too well before the injury devastation that caused them to have to pivot and everything was knocked off. And next thing you know, Phillip Rivers was out here throwing passes. Let's not forget that. So, but we saw the Colts, they were in nobody's mirror, in rear view or the side ones. And still here they were. I think we're making a mistake for sleeping on them. I think this 2-year extension says, hey, we want to let our guys know we appreciate them, and the serviceable effort that we got out of Brother Taylor, and we expect him to continue where he left off. I would probably want to agree with that, and I think they got Daniel Jones effed up.
No doubt, yes, definitely. And giving him that money, he really gonna act up now. He's really gonna act up now.
Yeah, we would hope. I think again, there are some teams here, everybody, that I feel like the NFL is getting ready to throw some curveballs, and you guys have to be alert to this. Whatever you think, and anything you base off of last year's outcomes, trends, tendencies, you should let go of that. I would strongly recommend you try to disconnect from that manner of thinking, especially here in that September. Because September, man, will have you all wound up. By October, you don't get to Halloween with a solid bankroll. Well, shame on you. You know what I mean? But we understand it happens frequently. And this last one too, Monty. Let me get you up out of here. We get out of here on the first hour, everybody. Black and White Sports on this Thursday. This was actually, Josh, let's do this. It's a missed shot. This was actually kind of a missed shot, Josh. So I hope you got something in the visual department. But before we end the first hour on Black and White Sports, thank you guys for being with us. 877-909-1007. You guys let us know if for 250 in the missed shots, you think you could.
This is deadly. Misses everything.
Could you make a few jumpers and get on the Pistons G League team? 250. 250, Mike. We got to look. I don't know. We got to look at that. I got to call some people. I got a list of guys here that keep on hooping out here every time this damn weekend warrior crap. Hey,
man, what are the odds that you pay $250 and make the squad?
Man, and take the dream and just run it up. You know what I mean? We got a movie. All of a sudden, we got the movie on you. Jeff DeGraw, did you hear this? Eric Harbert, did you hear this? Lee Conklin, did you hear this? You boys got a shot. It's not over with. Joey Martin is not over with. D-Rowe, who is not done? Where you boys at? Rashad Johnson. Can somebody holler at me? Chuck Worthy. No, let me stop. Go on. We can go on. Grant Max. I got to get Grant Maxey on here. I should call him now. We got to get our boy on here, man, and ask him. Man, 250. You see, hey, somebody proposed that it just made me think the G League makes me think of my man from the dunk contest that kept on winning. You know what I mean? Somebody did propose this. I thought this was a good idea, though. Maybe we need to let those people be in the dunk contest and let them boys come and show out in front of the NBA, you know what I mean, the arena and that world, and make whatever name they can take and run with the marketing of being the NBA slam dunk champion. We don't have to be, and only because LeBron made it so you don't have to be in the NBA to be it. Why not make it a glorified thing again with some of these boys? Because some of these boys out here doing some stuff that's on some David Copperfield magic tricks. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, You know,
And,
maybe
and that's what I was about to say. In the NBA, it act like they don't want to get in it anyway. The big names.
No. I know, because everybody wants to, you know, avoid taking an L. And that's today's guy, though, out here. There's a moistness that must go away. All right. And Press, we appreciate you, man. Hate that you got to go away. All right, but we will talk to you tomorrow, brother, on a Friday, man. Appreciate you, sir.
Have a good one. Yep.
You as well. And you guys come back with us. Hour number 2 at about 5:05, please. We have a little business to do around here, so please sit tight. There's a second hour to come. And Sandman on the way on the back 9 of that. So please, just know, we got a lot of more. 5:05. We expect that perfect attendance. It's Black and White. Sit tight.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
Maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation. Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now.
800-580-6475.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging.
Viagra, $2 a pill. $99 minimum order. Call 800-925-5313.
In month after
Three words you need to know. Alan Miller Jewelers.
If she wants diamonds, you want Alan Miller Jewelers at Navarre and Coy in Oregon. Alan Miller here to tell you about our bigger, brighter, beautiful Starfire man-made diamonds at Alan Miller Jewelers. Some say they have the largest selection. Some say they have the lowest prices.
Grandpa, you have a huge selection of diamonds and your prices are so low.
Jacob, my prices are so low, I can't even say it on the radio. You must come in and see for yourself. You won't believe the selection and prices.
Grandpa, how do you do it?
Well, Jacob, I am the king of diamonds. For the right diamond at the right price, come see me, Alan Miller. Whether it's a Starfire man-made diamond, an earth-grown diamond, or a loose diamond, we have it all at Alan Miller Jewelers.
The only three words you need to know. Alan Miller Jewelers.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Cleveland fans, quit trying to kick the football when you know Lucy's going to move it. Why would LeBron come back when you've got the Harden family? You put Mobley and Allen with LeBron, they're just going to get in each other's way. And then the kicker is the coach who said they were down 3-0 in the series. He said, but analytically, we're winning this thing. Do you really think LeBron James is going to sign up for that?
Weekdays from 4 to 6, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports continues on this Thursday afternoon. And there's always a moment where we have to get into some public service, but this is always vital. This type, because we know it affects you right in your living rooms. You need quality Wi-Fi service, effective Wi-Fi activity, fast, high-powered internet. Well, listen, my good friends at Rocket Internet are offering you 600 megabits per second, people. $9.99 per month. Let me say that again. That's less than the cost of lunch. Rocket Internet offering you 600 megabits per second for only $9.99 per month, or 1 gig for $19.99 per month. You see, the biggest name, everybody, isn't always the greatest deal. Both of these plans include Wi-Fi equipment, unlimited data, no contract, and a lock-in 3-year price guarantee. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET to check availability and sign up. Rocket Internet is a prepaid internet service. Professional installation is required and a one-time activation fee applies. Offer subject to change or may be canceled without notice. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET for full details.
I also like local sports talk. Who doesn't? Okay. You know, I think it's like a super sports tiny thing to have the local sports talk. There's still places that it exists. Obviously, everybody thinks those days are old, and the talking heads that literally just yell into microphones for hours at a time for radio are days of the past. It's like, no, there's still a very loyal listener to sports radio, but also there is local sports talk that still is giving the pulse of the fans. They're still giving the opinions of the fans. They're still asking the questions that need to be asked. And we have a Hall of Fame moment. They have a fervor fan base. And those guys, they love it. They're there every day. It means so much to them. They're doing bigger numbers than a lot of these podcasts out here that think they're national podcasts. No doubt. You know, in these cities. Like, if I knew this guy existed my entire life, this would have been incredible. Good sports talk is hard to beat. It is legitimately hard to beat. Yeah. Feed me that times 10, but also, and potentially dying it. And we need him to take care of himself.
Well, and that's the big thing. Like a guy like him, like he has carte blanche to say whatever. I mean, he's killing himself. You subject yourself, and he has to care. I almost hate this city because of it, so I'm going to let everybody have it. I think
it's their love of the cities that drives them every single day. We appreciate that from Paisan. But many people around different cities, they hate us. We're the national people that say something. The local people talking about the national people. The best in the world. Shout out to the local folks. We appreciate you. Shout out to sports being so damn magical. And shout out
Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket.
Hour number 2 in motion, however you may be listening and whatever you may be into. We certainly appreciate you making us a part of your situation. 877-909-1007 is how you get in on it. You want to talk to us or send us a message, do something. Josh allows you to do that, so we'll let it go. Shout out to everybody in here. Jeep Fest is underway for the next couple of days until the 9th. That is Sunday. Parade pops off Saturday mornings, so that will be incredible. But again, the festivities have begun tonight, so get downtown immediately and get plugged in, get the family in there. It's always a wonderful time annually in Toledo, Ohio. Shout out to our good friends at Jeep and all those volunteers, administrators, all those people bringing it together. Shout out to Whitney Rothkar, again, our man Bill Fisher in charge of media and all of the happenings, coordinating and everything else that goes with that. Great health and good luck to all my runners, walkers that'll be getting down on Sunday morning. So we got that going on too still. And it's a full time, man. And I know there are other things going off this year that did not happen last year. And if you missed it and didn't get to see something, well, it's back in motion. G Fest is underway. Toledo, Ohio is on Blade. A few other things going on, but make sure you check your events list everywhere or jump on the Love My 419 page. You can always do that. And you can always get in the Savvy Television app. That is where we are right now, doing it live around the world. Thank you. 24-hour streaming daily. All right. That's the Savvy Television Network. You can download that in your app store, Google Play. All right. Also, Apple TV. Josh, why did I just get stuck in my mode right there? But anyway, Apple TV, Fire TV, Roku devices, respectively, smart TVs, and all the rest. And of course, we are live on Savvy Television. Shout out to the fellas there. General Counsel, what's going on? Appreciate you guys in the conversation and just hanging out, man. You guys, like I said, I don't like to overdo it, but I can't, again, have it be understated. And appreciate you guys. But everybody else, which we now know is a vast audience and getting vaster. We see it growing. All right, Sandman will be along here in the second hour, so he will join us. And a few things, like I said, I forgot. You know what I forgot to ask Monty though? Did we really didn't put it in terms of foolproof fugazi? We did talk about it, but I think we walk away with him saying Love should be playing. Wasn't that we were talking about Jeremiah Love, Josh? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He should play, but we thought he should just be out there. You know, all this preservation and guys are not going to get. Nah, man, that can't be the thing at this point. Not for the rookie.
No, I mean, eventually you're going to have to give him some reps, regardless of whether the preseason's expanded or shrunk or something like that. You gotta go get cracked, Josh. At some point, you know what I mean? Eventually, either you stick your big toe in the water or just jump right in. You're going to get wet.
Yeah, and something felt weird about that, Josh. Not quite but it seemed like it was into a valley of the horizon of But it's okay. It's not a real one. You didn't really quite cross it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that was kind of like a gray area.
It's gray. You know what I mean? Just like what isn't gray though, Josh, is security for your home and your perimeter and where your family resides. Oh yes. Allow me to mention Vivid Security. Most of you think Ring cameras and such. I know. That's fine. I don't want to make a case for being universally better, but what I would say is this. My friends at Vivid, it's a much better look for premium, professionally installed smart home automation with active AI deterrence. You see, with Ring, it's only do-it-yourself flexibility. That's it. Give my people at Vivid a call, Josh, especially if you're concerned about securing those you love and protecting all that you care about. 800-853-6497. That's Vivid Security. Black and White Sports as we move it forward on this Thursday. I like the Carson Beck Kenny Pickett thing, Josh. I say that tonight. Who do you said who was the favorite again? Was it Carolina?
Carolina by 3.5.
3.5. Okay, so we gotta. You probably should take Carolina. Now I know a lot of people probably don't bet. This is where you say you need the 800 number when you're out here talking about preseason football. I know. It's okay. And I know you think that about me. It's all right. If you want to call, you might have to call them on me. But I'm just telling you, these are fruitful times with respect to the odds makers' knowledge. There's not a lot of sure, dependable activities with guys who won't really be around in a month. So when the odds makers give you a play, I just make sure there's little to say. Make the play. And tonight they say the Panthers is the play. But again, Carson Beck tonight. Something about that, Josh. I just keep saying that because I think our man Carson might be better than we think, though. And I feel like he's such a grizzled veteran of the college ranks that maybe he'll be one of these guys who make a seamless transition into the cerebral approach that is necessary to be impactful.
Or maybe he'll be the next Chris Wanky.
There's always a good chance of that. There's a very likelihood that could be our situation. But I'm going to believe in the positivity. But I feel like Carson Beck is going to show us something and give us hope that in Arizona, we actually might, Josh. Remember, we had that whole conversation. Don't forget about our season parlays we got going on around here. And hold on. We had our man McBride with 1,000-yard situation, Josh. Now he might get it. Now you might be able to interest me in something in a Carson Beck. Because Jacoby Brissett, I don't like that 1,000-yard opportunity. I didn't like it. But now I see why it's there. He's going to end up starting, Josh.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah, I'm a little iffy about Carson Beck maybe for the season. I mean, granted, you got McBride and Marvin Jr. At the wideout.
Right,
but
yeah.
not much else other than maybe how much they put the shackles off Jeremiah Love come week 1.
But I don't like, I mean, I get him not being out there tonight, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I just don't know if that's the philosophy you adopt with the young player. Not sure. Exactly. Especially at that position. Maybe you could argue different positions. A quarterback, yes. You probably can sell us that, but you still can't because there's no way for a quarterback to adjust to all the necessary requirements without the speed of live bullets. So it doesn't matter however you spin it, it's always got to be seen as the wrong thing to do, but this is what we do. So no Jeremiah Love tonight, everyone. Cancel that, but don't cancel the game. I think the game's actually good. Get your eyes adjusted to seeing the gridiron, adjusted to seeing the referees, adjusted to seeing adverse, deliberate, and critical calls that will determine the outcome, even in preseason. I almost feel like that, Josh. That's what will happen tonight. We'll have a controversial call in a preseason game.
And, of course, you got your guaranteed bunch of guys who are playing and trying out for a team right now that in a month's time, they'll be back at their day jobs at Amazon delivering packages.
Absolutely. Which is also why we said, everybody, you enjoy this, and it's actually better programming and better viewing because you've got hungry parties.
Yeah, I mean, imagine you see on your TV, say, hey, is that so-and-so number 78 in your program that I just saw work at the Subway making sandwiches a week ago?
Yeah, absolutely. And the idea is to stay there. So what will you do to stay there? Risk life and limb. That is what we are watching tonight in the Hall of Fame game. Please be advised. Just like we will come back soon. Be advised. Andy's coming along shortly. We'll talk to him. Okay, we have a few bets to make tonight. I'm feeling strong. I gave you 4 OWNBA tonight. I feel like I'm right back with 3-0. And I got 4 sizzlers, Josh. Can I call them sizzlers? Yeah, 4 sizzlers.
Well,
MLB.
That depends if there's a lot of steak and potatoes to go with that.
Okay. Come back. It's black and white. Get the meat and potatoes. Whoa.
Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket.
It never hurts to get a second opinion, especially when it comes to your car. At Hudson's Automotive, they want your business, not your life savings. So bring your car and your estimate over to Hudson's. They'll let you know what needs to be done now and what can wait till later. Hudson'sAutomotive.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available.
Call now, toll free, 800-558-5635.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. That's why you got to call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid. Pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-370-5435.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging.
Viagra, $2 a pill. $99 minimum order. Call 800-925-5313.
College Pro.
First, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton. It's basically your living room away from home. Grab a comfy seat, a beverage, light up, and catch the big game. Around here, relaxation isn't optional, it's expected. Just minutes from Lake Erie, North Coast Cigar is your perfect escape. Ask about joining their new private lounge opening this summer. Member access 24/7, 365. Kitchenette, large flat screen TVs. Also, annual memberships are packed with perks. Then there's Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk, the warmest cigar lounge in Northern Ohio. We're talking a huge public lounge, plus a beautiful private lounge with two massive 70-inch TVs, open 24/7, 365, plus annual memberships packed with perks. Try out their Great Lakes cigar, made in Nicaragua and only available at Havana Cigar Outlet, North Coast Cigar, and the Cigar Affair in Maumee. Go ahead, light up at your new favorite spot, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton or Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk.
Black and White Sports.
I don't care who see me make a mistake. I've been on stage sometime, make a mistake. Hey, excuse me, I just made a mistake. Hey, the beautiful thing about mistakes is it's okay for people to see you make a mistake. Just don't never let a motherfucker see you quit. Ooh. You gonna watch me make mistakes, but you ain't gonna never watch me quit.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
All right, we're rolling here, getting set to cross the bottom of the hour. Traffic jam style. You were in your vehicle, I would imagine, on your way in from a hectic day, or perhaps you were in the second shift mode. It could be that too. Black and White Sports on deck for you, either way, whatever you're doing. Glass City, Southeast Michigan, and so on, and the adjacent parts. Oregon, Perrysburg, Maumee, Findlay, Defiance. Again, my people up in Monroe, over here on Collingwood. What's the word? LaGrange. Auto mechanics all around town. Shout out to my boys at Warren Street Garage. That's what I'm doing, Josh. I'm feeling in a festive. It's a shout out mode.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Who's nice? Who's nice at the bars? Maybe I'll do that. That's what I should have. I should have the bartender of the week. That's dope. I shouldn't have said it loud. Y'all can get it and steal it.
Or
And have them come on. And then we go and, I just thought of something. I got to write this down. Let me stop talking.
Or the
I got
dive
an
bar of
idea.
the week.
Oh, even better, Josh Beasley. Hold up. Don't say anything else. You know they out here. It's a watch. We're under surveillance. You already know.
Yeah.
Chill out. You're going to get it. But we jot that down. Write that down on a sticky. Put that down. We got to revisit that. That's serious. Okay. And also under Josh's jurisdiction, call us 877-909-1007. And I forgot to, you know what, all day I have not mentioned 1007theticket.com. We know you guys are online doing it in the auditory frame, state to state that way. But you also know we are worldwide with it, with the Roku deal and the smart TV situation. That's Savvy Television Network. And you must download that today. But this is how you get the replays anyway. You miss a show, or if you guys missed any part of this, shows are posted. They are live and ready to roll in the VOD inside the app. And so you get that, obviously the Black and White Sports channel in there. So you guys plug into that. But don't forget, take in the Love My 419 TV is in there. We still got a feature in there. For those of you, any of my hip hop heads that like Josh, you a battle rap fan? You seem like you like battle raps with no music. You know, when they ever battle Josh without the music, I'm not talking about how we do, and I start flipping on the beat. But imagine when you said you watched your boys Nick Cannon, them, right? You watched that show. So remember, when the dude says, hey, cut the beat. That, and when they do that, we got some guys in there. But to that extent, your man Charlie Clips is in one of the battles in the Savvy. Go check it out. Savvy Television app. Look in there. Charlie Clips. They like him. He's one of those guys.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of those 80s breakdance dance-offs.
Yes, it has that. Yes, it has that kind of tenor to it. Get the best of your opponent. Be direct, assertive, and assault-like. He's correct. That's us. That's Black and White Sports. Yeah. It's a Thursday. That's what it is. Things take shape around here. So we're doing that. All right, we're going to let it take shape in a moment. Get Andy Sanzada in here. Let's step away one time before that happens. And we get, again, across this bottom of the hour here in the second hour, and a few more items to do. Don't go anywhere. Also, too, you got a chance to make some more money with me. Last night, we did it serious, 4-0 with the ladies. And we came through. I think our baseball situation was not anything to sneeze at. So don't sneeze, because that quickly we will be back. Sit tight.
Rossford's biggest summer party is back. Danny's Cafe invites you to the Rossford All Years Reunion on Saturday, August 8th. This family-friendly celebration is open to everyone. Free admission, live music all day, all night. From Aftershock, Arctic Clam, Beef Carvers, the Happy Wanderers Polka Band, The Cheeks, and Unanimous Decision. Even Patrick, the Magician, plus food and cold drinks. This is more than a reunion. It's a Rossford-style block party you'll never forget. At Danny's Cafe in historic Rossford, the real Glass City. There's my...
Road in Holland.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
For an array of classic and creative pizzas, visit Pizza Cat, now with 2 locations in Toledo, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. You can build your pizza as weird as you want it. To place an order and earn perks towards future orders, go to pizzacat.com. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza. This is Black and White Sports on 100.7 The Ticket.
All right, as we cross the bottom of the hour, here's Black and White Sports on this Thursday. Things take shape, as they often do. I am Andre of the Savages. My man Josh Burnham in here alongside. We come to you live from the Cumulus campus. Andy Sanzada is set to join us here shortly, so we will continue talks and conversations. I got to ask him about the Sirens, Josh. Did you hear that? Cleveland Sirens?
Yeah, the
What do you
Cleveland.
think about
I'm a little
this?
surprised by that. I mean, I thought they were going to go old school and go with the Rockers.
Really? I don't know, but you can't. You can't really, because we already, I mean, I don't know. I guess, but see, then you can't say, fan base, it's a new day. We're establishing a new way. That thing folded. We don't want to bring that energy back. We want to start it new. And this time, make sure we keep that thing floating. That's what I think maybe was, we were at the meeting. We weren't, so we don't know. But I'm thinking that might have been some of it.
I mean, to me, Rockers just sounds like intensity. That's very Cleveland.
I mean, I get you, but I don't know if I'm with the Sirens. Well, let's ask a guy who might know. I bet you he has a thought on it. All right. All calls, guests brought to you by. All right, wake up call line in effect. 216 boots on the ground. Andy Sanzada, ladies and gentlemen, once again, always a joy to talk to you. Are you joyous about the Sirens? It's here.
I think it fits the city really well. It ties into the Lake Erie, the Cleveland Monsters, which is the AAA hockey team here in town in the AHL. It ties into Lake Erie, and they didn't go back to the Rockers. And that's what I was excited about, Sam. Because
He just said, wait, Andy, stop. Hey, Josh, you wish you could play your sound right back. This fool was just in here saying they should have went to the Rockers. I said, no, Josh, I don't think they wanted to do it. They wanted to refresh. We can't write it, people. You heard Andy come in right after Josh. For those that were here and Andy just joined, he had no prerequisite. That was amazing. That's what the synergy. That's how strong the synergy. But yeah, Josh, he thought maybe they would have went to the Rockers. I said, no, we got to go fresh. We want to kill it. That died. We can't try to resurrect the death.
Yeah. And honestly, I think that's why the Guardians, a lot of people wanted the Guardians to be named the Spiders, because that's what they were before they were the Indians. And I think that they went to the Guardians to get away from the past, if you will.
Yes.
And the WNBA has decided to do, the owners here in town have decided to do the same thing. I think the logo is gorgeous. I love the color scheme.
Okay.
I think it fits really well. And something tells me they're going to be successful right away.
Okay. No, I'm not mad at it.
They already passed 6 figures in merchandise within the first 6 hours of the announcement.
Really?
Yes.
They said it. They went on sports. I saw the I think it was the owner that she came on that was real. Let's see. Mermaid. I didn't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I'm not a real blue. I'm not sometimes when I get sky blue, I get nervous, but there's enough of the regular blue. I see the royal. There's a mixture.
Yeah.
They say, but it was the Lake Erie thing, though. They said because the water,
Exactly.
the color, it gets deeper, with the levels of the sea.
And the siren is a mythological creature, female mythological creature that comes from under the water, ties into, like I said, the monsters theme and everything. And I just think whoever designed this logo is very talented. I think it speaks very well the way that she comes out under the S like that and holds the ball for the radio heads, they can't see it. But yeah, I think it went really well. And I'm with you, Sav. Like, if they had gone with just one blue, I think it would have been the wrong suggestion. But the fact that they've got the two-tone there, I think it's going to work really well.
Yeah, I want to see. You know what I mean? I'm interested to see what they do with the uniform design, because that's a big thing. You know, people they laugh at me when I talk about this, but it's so much more serious than you can imagine. Because when you know you look stupid, you're not going to play or do anything well. When you know, walking out of the house, looking in the mirror, walking out of the locker room, I look stupid as hell. And I know it. There's no way to jazz this up. There aren't enough flags hanging from your waist, enough sweatbands and wristbands and bands to change the fact that when you wear that Pittsburgh Steeler 1938, it is no date. Nobody gets a date. It's over with. And that's what I'm saying. And the Green Bay thing too, put that in there. When they get on the Otto Graham game. No. And there are other who I could go on with this. And
there's a lot of them.
Everything teal.
Everything teal.
I'm cool. Everything teal. I'm tight on, and we're not winning. You still haven't produced a winner in teal. Who? Where? You don't. And don't try to get the Dolphins because they wore the white when they got it off. The hell out of here. You're not going to find it. Damn near cost Grant Hill his damn career. That damn horse, that damn Bronco ass damn piston teal. The Grant Hill ankle ripped up.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice when they went to that logo and those color schemes. That didn't fit Detroit at all. I was really surprised by that.
You know what I'm saying? And you notice I always make the case. Anytime I talk about that, I'm always able. Here's the punchline. I get to go to the comedy. First thing Joe Dumars does on the takeover, the very first morning, excuse me, 86 to teal.
But they kept the horse as a mascot, Hooper.
Get Vinnie Johnson ensemble back in here immediately. Trapuka warm-ups as well.
What about the Trapuka, the ones that he wore that were like the light gray or something?
Did they have the gray shots? You're a bad boy. I always wonder, was the Piston uniform dirty? I used to be like, did somebody not use bleach? What's going on with the Pistons?
Well, it's like when the
real Piston head to know that too. People didn't really peep that. That's the Kent Benson. Them boys was the Trabuka. Them boys, that was the gray boy. That tent.
It's like when the Cavs went to that off blue and orange in the 90s. I don't know what they were thinking with that.
Exactly. That with the little, and it had the light. It was light blue and blue
black,
and it was white. Yeah. Oh, that was the Jim Jackson era of when you know, Jim was on that. That was the Cleveland when Jim. See, we should have noticed early. Look what was happening. Oh well, I'm sorry. Okay, we're back into it. Okay, Hall of Fame game, Andy, tonight. We're on.
Yeah.
Carson Beck, Kenny Pickett. I love it. It's intriguing viewing, Andy. Don't diss it. I think Carson Beck is going to be the starter.
I think you're right. I think there's absolutely no reason for them to start Jacoby Brissett. This team is not going to win games. They're not in a position to win games with a veteran quarterback. They have so many things that need to be fixed on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball. And Carson Beck's out to prove people wrong that he fell too far in the draft. So when you've got a guy that's motivated like that, why not put him out there and see what he can do? And Kenny Pickett's just trying to resurrect his career. He's had some tough go of it the last 3 or 4 years. He'd be a viable backup option for Bryce Young. Then I think this could be a good spot for him.
Yeah, man, I just think too. You know what? I think he's one of those guys, and they don't often happen. There are not a lot of cases, but I think maybe he ends up being one of these mature kids that have been through the rigors of a lot of the, just those potential ups and downs that a lot of guys in that position can meet. There's expectation, then there's some disappointment. Then there's injury that could be deemed catastrophic. All these things. I like Carson Beck, man, because he feels warrior-like in the mentality and being able to conquer all this. Finds himself here tonight. I wonder what he's feeling and what his journey has entailed. And I really wish him well, man. And I think we're going to go back and revisit I told Josh, Andy, we got to get your stuff in here too while I'm thinking about it. But we got some season parlays we're going on but we had a few guys that were spotlighted, and we had a Big McBride in there from the Cardinals, and we said, boy, it's going to be difficult to get this 1,000 yards that we're betting an over-under on in his case, but I like it. You give me Carson Beck in there and get some continuity going off, and maybe we see the beginnings of that tonight in the Hall of Fame game. Like I said, I wish him well, and I hope McBride can get that doggone 1,000 yards, because I think we go ahead and bet that, because a lot of people won't.
Yeah, I mean they have a solid offensive line, so I think that gives him a chance to hit that number. But the key for the Cardinals is, can they get talent around Marvin Harrison Jr. And get him some help. Carson Beck getting him the football is heading in that direction, but they need other weapons. They don't have a tight end, they don't have a 2 or a 3 at receiver. They don't even have a backup tailback. So. They've got to get a lot of help. So this is going to be interesting to see if Carson Beck is ready to take on that responsibility, knowing he doesn't have the talent around him and the weapons that he needs to be successful.
Talking to my man Andy Sands out of here. And by the way, don't forget to McBride, Andy, that's your tight end, because he's a young kid too.
Oh, tight end. Oh, I was thinking wrong position.
Yeah, Trey McBride. That's what I was referring to anyway when you said the 1,000. But when we first put that up, we said 1,000 yards. That could be a little bit of a stretch if Jacoby Brissett is going to be my conduit to that. No, I don't like that. I don't trust that. We're not getting anywhere with that, and I can't believe you cannot see. This is what you hate for a guy like Marvin Harrison. And like I said, I think the story will be later when they become engaged and intertwined in a camaraderie because of Marvin Harrison realizing, thank God somebody was sent here that can do anything with the ball. You know what I mean? Just give me a chance to do some supernatural things. You don't have to give Marvin Harrison a damn Joe Montana, but you cannot give him a Jacoby Brissett and expect something to take place. So Carson Beck, like we said, maybe a young man who's tried and true, has been through the rigors, and maybe shows us something of a solid foundational guy at the NFL level, and maybe, spark some magic because of the talent that we thought we had coming out. So, and like Andy said, the dropping in the draft, which we might say is warranted, you got to love the hell of a chip on the shoulder that might be there. So we like it, man. I like it. The first, the first couple series, I think will be very indicative of what maybe we should be expecting from the Cardinals. They might be a sleeper, Andy, because there's no look. Where are you going to look? In the West? In the West, what are you going to, what I'm saying? What do you do? But show up. It's a free-for-all every week.
You can give them 6 losses right off the bat. They're not beating LA. They're not beating Seattle. They're not beating San Francisco, and they got to play them twice. So they're 0-6 right there. So I wouldn't even think about sleeper for this team. They're a long ways away, Sam.
Carson Beck, ladies and gentlemen, we'll remember this conversation. Andy says out, we're going to come back, man. We got a few things. Last time, Thursday, things take shape, as you have seen. Sit tight. Final one is black and white.
Stay close. Andre of the Savages is just warming up. 100.7 The Ticket.
Upgrading to a smart home? Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device works together seamlessly. Call Vivint now and get free professional installation, $200 off your initial order, and 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Plus, you can get 24/7 professional monitoring for as little as $1 a day. Upgrade your home to a Vivint smart home. For your free quote, call
800-853-6497.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available.
Call now, toll free, 800-558-5635.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. That's why you got to call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid. Pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-370-5435. Maybe your mobility and maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation. Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now.
800-580-6475.
Style, black and white.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you, brother.
Look.
Yes, sir.
And tapped in. You was commentating boxing on the TV on BTSN, sir. Look.
Oh, man,
Your
respect,
show
brother.
is amazing. Your show is amazing. I like how you feel me. We got Sandman on the show. E, Josh, y'all all lit every day. Man, but look, I really wanted to call though.
ESPN 100.7. The Ticket. Got an opinion? Call now 877-909-1007. Black and White Sports on 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports. One final time on this Thursday, we return. Appreciate Monty Features being in here, hour number one. Andy Sanzada brings us through the back nine on the situation here today. Josh Burnham always on hand.
So I just saw from Mary Kay Cabot at Cleveland.com, Sav, Zach Zinter, one of the starting linemen for the Browns, carted off the field into the field house. So, yeah, this could be a longer season than originally anticipated if guys like that start going down.
I was just talking noise too today about the Browns are going to watch people not understand why have they won 3 out of 4 games. I don't even know what the schedule is. Let me be careful with that.
It's easy. It is easy. They have the ability. If they could find a quarterback, they have the ability to surprise some people with that schedule based on what happened last year. But this is Cleveland we're talking about. So
I know, but I think those guys in that, like I said, they are well aware of it, and I think we get highly concentrated effort. We're gonna give them that benefit of the doubt. We're not going to talk as though Lions either.
Honestly, I just want to see. I want to see them be competitive, but more than anything, I want to see them win at home, win in front of the fans. Like, let's show the fans that there's a reason to be excited that a new stadium is being built. We're headed in the right direction. That's really what I want to see.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at that, but I think you will get it though. I do. I just think by and large, I think either way, obviously I'm rooting for Shador. We understand that there's a good possibility Watson could be at the helm. Either way, I think the thing is going to go. I think offensively they will present problems for people that they do not expect. And again, I just think it might be an energy, man. We'll give Coach Monken his props and knowing that he's dealing with a situation where I guess got to change the psyche here. And I think it's about that more than anything. Talent.
They drafted some weapons. Casey Concepcion, David Boston. They've got some weapons coming out of the draft. So if these guys pan out, they could surprise some people. But I'm not going to say anything until I see what happens throughout the preseason. And once he names his starting quarterback come week 1, that's when you'll get a real opinion about this team from me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, real quick. JB, everybody, brother Jaylen Brown introduced as a Sixer today, presser. I know we certainly may have something out of this. Josh, I don't know what we're going to. I was thinking the comment just about winning and doing that might suffice. But just let me hear from Jaylen Brown here again, greeting the media today in Philadelphia. So perhaps day one of a very interesting relationship as it typically is.
I'm looking forward to learning from LeBron. I'm looking forward to learning from all those guys. But, even LeBron, just everything that he's endured during his career on and off the floor. Like, one of my favorite things to do is learn. I can't wait to just soak up as much information as I can and apply it to myself.
See, right there. See, that's the first hint. This is the attitude I tried to tell you all is getting ready to collectively assemble. Now watch, and the thing is, watch LeBron match it back by saying, I'm not coming in here to rule anything. I'm going to try to be the best supplement possible because I know I'm running with some dogs. Like, he could always try to question before the guys I'm getting. I think they're cool because I can't get top tier guys if I could really stack it. This is a real deck that's stacked in terms of the ability of guys around him. And LeBron is cerebral enough. I think he's sound enough with regard to the credit you all give him and how he sees and dissects and is able to process the game. Any ball player, Andy, always knows and usually has fun running with other top-tier talent that is respectably commendable and commensurate to what you feel you can do. You don't quite go as far as saying, this dude is better than me or something like that, but you always know, you still know in the back of your mind. And even sometimes when it's clear, sometimes when the accolades say and the demonstration says, and maybe the winning says, but your mind, when you line up against this or in front of them, and it's time to, like we say, live in the exact competitive exchange, you're never saying, this is another man in front of me. Again, for the ladies, another woman in front of you is not better than me. I might not be better than them, but there's a pride that happens with that. And I think that LeBron will offer that respect to everybody in that lineup, including young Edgecombe, saying to young Edgecombe, I respect you because I see you're a dog. And I'm not going to stifle that. And if he can feed into that, because I feel like that'll be the surprise element. LeBron somehow embraces Edgecombe and tries to make sure they continue to enhance his offensive growth. I feel like somehow, if that cannot be lost, I feel like all those other guys are old enough, been around long enough to figure it out, get in where you fit in. The Philly, everybody, again, Maxey, Embiid, Brown, whatever. We got LeBron James. That should already sew that up, but we do not want to lose 77. 77 should not suffer because of all this and somehow be set back 2-3 years of growth where this guy was starting to emerge as a true left hand to the right of what Maxey had going on. Now, if you're going to jump that and throw Brown and say that, no, it doesn't have to be that way. And I'll give Coach Nurse the respect of being able to sort that out. That's a hell of a problem to have. It's a great problem.
Oh, it's a great problem to have. And the thing that people aren't, I don't think, thinking enough about when it comes to this team is Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse won a championship in Toronto in 2019 with Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. And that's all he had. And he still found a way to win a championship because he did it with defense. That's the thing to me, Sav, can LeBron buy into playing defense again? Because he stopped playing defense when he went to LA. We all saw it firsthand.
Yeah, it was probably before that. But yeah, you're right on with that.
But if he buys into defense, then I'm starting to worry about having to play the 76ers, because that is going to be the difference between them winning the East and them potentially winning an NBA championship, is if they all buy into the defense part of Nick Nurse's coaching. Nick Nurse knows how to coach. He's one of the best coaches in the NBA for a reason. And he's won it, like I said, he won a championship for a reason too. I just think that they have to listen to him. That's the other thing. Can LeBron buy into Nick Nurse's coaching style? Because we know LeBron's had issues with coaches in the past. So that's the one dynamic that I would question in Philly is, can LeBron buy into what Nick Nurse wants to do?
Here's my reply to that too, Andy, and what I think, and maybe I'm wrong, everybody, because I'm trying to imagine this Spoelstra and those guys had already won before LeBron. I think is that the only coach he had that came title ready and already built in. So to that extent, I see the same. There has to be a certain sort of adherence to that, because I have done it, LeBron. I deserve my respect. Give me a shot to give you some idea on what I'm seeing, and absolutely, I'm going to respect you. I think that's key. But I'm going to give LeBron credit for being as smart as the people want to make him, and thinking of all these things, thinking of my relationship with the coach, not going to undermine, not going to upstand, not going to, again, cross-pollinate and play good soldier, because that's your best move as the leader. If LeBron, submissively overtly makes it clear, I'm adhering to the coach.
And I want my damn respect.
And if I don't love it, so what? And I'm never going to talk sassafras on the mic. I'm going to always talk team, the guys. I would like to hear a little less of my guys. It's not your guys. Maxey can say my guys, I think. I think Embiid could say something about something because we were here. This is our thing. I don't think we should hear that. I think the language, he should be very careful with everything. And I think his dissection abilities, I'm going to lean on. I'm going to bet on you, King, with this. Because you play this right, it could be all bad for anybody facing that. That really is. And again, whatever they want to say and try to make up reasons why it can't pop, I don't see a lot of reasons why it can't stop. I don't know, Andy. I just, like I said, I say we buckle up here. Just like you better buckle up if you go to Purdue. If you're thinking of going to Purdue, you're going to damn play for Purdue.
Oh, my goodness.
Today, you should be heated. Knowing is if you play football at Purdue, you are, man, it is a Schlitz malt liquor bull demonstration here. Tom McClellan, what are you thinking? Who convinced you that this was a time for grand gestures and antics that don't apply to reality? Even though the man you're shooting at did exactly that, I don't really bank on a repeat performance. And Andy, especially when considering you guys at that institution were scraped 56-3 the last time these universities met. If you are in the state of Indiana, again, and you have a scholarship to Purdue, you did not enjoy hearing the following words from your new AD.
Recruit, every current student athlete will hear this message repeatedly. We are here to win championships. If you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana.
I get where he's coming from because I have two friends that graduated from Purdue, and I know that rivalry is like the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry, but you know they just won a national championship. Like that's not the comment.
That's not the opener. That's not the opener.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I would have taken a shot at from an Indiana standpoint. Sab, they don't have a single non-conference game against a Power 4 school on their schedule. They have a cake schedule. All they have to do is win their Big Ten games. They're back in the playoff. They did it again. They're not up for the challenge. So that's what I would have taken a shot at, but not winning. Not after they just won a national championship.
Yeah, all right, T-Mac. That wasn't the way to roll in. I'm sorry, University.
Yeah, what are the chances that Indiana might hang 100 the next time these two play at the old Oak and Bucket in November?
Right. A very good one, Josh.
It's possible.
Just like it's going to be us hanging this 100. Put an undone on this. Fever. Smack the doggone Aces. Book it. Minnesota, I don't like this. Coming off this 16, they won't cover. They'll beat the Sparks, but they probably won't cover this 16. Something smells very funky. And Portland and Toronto both coming off a loss tonight. WNBA work, everybody. Get this 3-0. Take Toronto with the 2.5, but really you could go with a money line there. MLB, I'm out of the door like this. Back on Detroit tonight. Let's get it reset, get back in action. Even if they come up short, 1.5 looks solid. Red Sox tonight, Braves and Phillies, money lines respectively. Get paid. And congratulations, speaking of the ladies out of here, women, Team USA, as follows. Boston, Beckers, Clark, Collier, Copper, Gray, Howard, Plum, Reese, Stewie, Jay Young, and Asia Wilson. Congratulations, ladies. 2026. Let's get gold. There that is, all right? Andy Sanzata, always gold. Monty Features, Josh Burnham, appreciate you guys. I am Andre of the Savages. We gone out of here Friday. We'll try to finish it strong. Chris Smith-Bauer will be here tomorrow. Jeff DeGraw, okay? You be in here. Please, be kind, be respectful, be nice. Don't cheat on your wife. Handle your business today.
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is